So is that coming through for you? Oh, yeah. Everybody, and welcome to the John McFarlane Memorial Sports Centre at Gisborne Boys High School. This great facility, named a man who came from Australia, came from South Australia, taught so many sports people, worked with so many great sports teams, who died back in 2009. From memory, it was completed just after the centenary was celebrated that year. And I'll tell you what, it's very, ball took a high bounce, no soft roll. This is a very different court indeed. Gisborne basketball, as we all know, still would love a 2 or even 3 court stadium. They have made do with the heroic YMCA since 1962, but the time has surely arrived that they deserve that 2 or 3 court stadium, which they've been promised before, has yet to come about. 2 of our best club teams, the men's teams in the Premier competition, City Lights, play from right to left of your screen tonight, and the Raiders, a club which is known for fielding 2 teams, one in the men's open grade historically, and of course it's a long time. First Rising Suns game in 1989, and of course the incredible finals over the years. 1997, Lytton against the Celtics, Ryan Walters Carl Reaney, Scott Muncaster, the man that's not scared to shoot it. And Muncaster will shoot it where no one else dares. You'll get to see that tonight. Raiders. 6-4-5, Rongamai Smith. There with the tip, Carl Reaney. Carl Reaney, lovely pass. And Rongamai missing there the first shot attempt there with the putback, Rongamai Smith. I'm surprised that he missed the first shot. Doesn't normally miss an open layup like that. Here's Willie Brown. Now there are two of them. Wee Brown and Willie Brown. This is Luca Russell there with the skip pass. Man and Ethan Arionioni Pearson, the best young referee and in many ways, great young talent of the GBA. And there's Clifton Blumfield, fifth team, and inside Nelson moves Rongamai Smith. Strong guy, good in the pivot, good down low. Ethan, left-hander, Luca. Luca, Willie Brown. Luca at the top. Luca for Willie Brown. Willie Brown, a natural shooter. Here's Luca Russell. The long jump shot. Put back attempt by Ethan Arionioni Pearson. An outraged squeal from Rongamai Smith. Cliff Blumfield. I think from memory, Cliff might have refereed that third division tournament where Gisborne beat New Zealand Army 1978. That was at the YMCA. The team slept in the stadium, sleeping bags on the benches. Long time ago. Rongamai not happy with Cliff, but they'll have to make it. Two very experienced referees. This adds a slightly comical twist to game one. Well, now the players are unsure whose ball it is. They'll inbound. That's our Wee Brown. Wee Brown as opposed to Willie Brown. This is Willie Brown as opposed to Wee Brown. Willie Brown coming around to the left. Runs like the wind, makes crazy shots, shoots three-point shots. Scott Muncaster. Mr. Been there and done that. Muncaster for Walters. Walters, one of the better three-point shooters in the City Lights. Again, you know, it's got to be said, City Lights missing on a basic layup, open layup, a very good pass from Ryan Walters and the eagle eye of Cliff Blumfield. Once again in evidence. The three-point shot, and again the ball bounces out. Fast-paced action. No real set offense. Played or run by the... With a spin pass picked off by Ethan. Ethan, the left-hander, who can push Luca Russell over there on his left. One end to the other. Nice steal by Ethan. Ethan, quick hands. Scott Muncaster. Rongamai Smith looking to get the ball in the low post. Now pops out. Has the ball. Turns on Nelson Brown. Call there is a travel. Call is progress by Donna Napier. And a good call. This knowledgeable crowd in full agreement. Willie Brown. Ethan, nice pass. Snappy passer. Another air ball. That's a second air ball that we've had. Zaydon. And Ethan, one of the few people, another steal, picks off the loose pass. One of the few guys that can keep pace with Zaydon. Very quick hands, Ethan. Like a jack in the box. Some of these guys, they work hard all day. They just can't wait to get out here and run. That's why sometimes the shots betray a little rust, but no shortage of Nelson. Man, this is rough stuff. But Rongamai takes him denying, and there's no denying Rongamai on that possession. So still, well now. Players seem a little off balance. Maybe take that one dribble too many. Carl Reaney, certainly when he was younger, he had spring heels. Now Muncaster on. Sometimes that happens. He drives inside to the baseline there, Rongamai. Rongamai and Ethan Pearson, who can beat you on the way back if you don't hustle back, and he can run. This is Ethan. I don't think a long jump shot is set yet. As a matter of fact, I know it hasn't. Still 6-2. 4 field goals and a turnover. Joseph Tamati, player for Gisborne Boys in his time, standing up on the bench and ready to come out there for City Lights. Play centre, which he did for Gisborne boys. Many years, man, has it been that long? The years fly by here. Luca, over to Ethan. Ethan holds. Willie Brown coming around right side, gets by Zane, runs into right. There is a presence for City Lights. I know that Joe Tamati was told to take the middle, but Ryan Walters has always done that, and just as well. When he needs a three, Walters has come as close as any, and nobody's dropped a three-point shot yet. None of those three-point shots have been close, to be honest. Willie Brown now hoists again, and Willie Brown has the first three-point shot of the Premier season. Of course, the ladies played last night. Opening night was ladies basketball. Again, another mislab. Joe Tamati there. Works hard, Joe Tamati. And harder. Joe Tamati, as the kids say, on the boards. Offensive rebounds, Joe Tamati. Cliff Blumfield and Donna Napier, our most experienced refereeing combination. Absolutely. Joe Tamati, the free throw. Tamati misses the free throw. Held by some to be the toughest shot. Longer than a layup, shorter than a three-pointer. And this is him, Joseph Tamati, 6'5". These are two of the league's best teams. Historically, the personnel well performed. Zay Donna there loses control of the ball. Joe Tamati has the ball and holds the ball. Good pass. Okay, air ball there from Muncaster. Muncaster doesn't shoot that many air balls. Here's Luca Russell down the right side of the court. Luca holding for Jackson. Willie Brown, another open jumper. Only man to hit a three-point shot, remember. Here's Nelson. Nelson, big guy, has the shot blocked by Ryan Walters. Willie Brown there, competitive in there. And you see these players change over the years. See them become more confident and aggressive. I can remember Willie Brown going to a Super 8 tournament at Napier. It was 2000. It's been 23 years. It's a long time. Ethan Ngarioni Pearson. Ethan, three. Oh, no, unlucky on that. First jump shot was touched by Ethan. Ryan with a great pass, and there gets it back. Possibly, maybe, a little surprised to get the pass back. Lovely pass, though, by Walters. Most unselfish player around. Ethan, watch for this game to open up. Joe Tamati quickly clears the boards. Muncaster, down court. Muncaster head fake. Muncaster on in. Muncaster has done that for more than 20 years, taking the ball to the basket. And to be honest, the number of times the guys have gotten in front of him, cut that shot option off, nowhere near as often as they should have. Luca Russell, Luca athletic, looks strong. Tried to get the ball to Nelson Brown, who was going down the baseline. Carl Rennie. Rennie with a great lead pass. Rennie to Zaid, and there, again, a lovely pass by Walters. Team basketball, team attitude, team first. Once said that there's no I in team. Ethan Ngarioni Pearson, Luca. Right side is Willie Brown, pops the pass down low. Cliff Blumfield calls the foul there on Joseph Tamati. He's aggrieved, claiming aggrieved status. Donna Napier and Cliff Blumfield giving grand service to the game. Both, well, Cliff certainly first division referee, Donna refereeing for decades. Extremely good referee. That's Ethan Pearson with a left hand three-point shot. And Ethan can shoot that three-pointer and shoot it like few others. Here's A. Donna bumping into Jackson. Carl Rennie off the first step. Rennie down the baseline. And there is the layup attempted at the top of the backboard. Well, sometimes that happens. Gisborne hits the top of the backboard. Here now is Ethan Pearson driving in against Zane. Turns the ball over to Joe Tamati, who's got the bounce pass up court to Donna. And then Tamati, a thing of beauty. A missed layup again. I thought that the boys were going to make that on the break. Ethan Ngarioni Pearson. Over to Willie Brown. Let's take high order. Kere Puki, known to the kids as Biggie, and he is a strong, impressive young player. Really powerful. Reminds me a little bit of Errol Wilson. He'll body up, and he can bump a little. Donna Napier. You got to compliment the young man on the effort there. A lot of kids back off when the game gets physical, and he's one that doesn't. Going to get the odd elbow to the head, unfortunately, at times. Rongamai will use his experience. There's Tamari wanting position. Here's Rongamai has it. Lovely touch. Very experienced player. Here is Ethan with a score 14-11. 3-point game, and look at that handle there. Threatening mayhem, Ethan Pearson. Ngarioni Pearson. Ethan finding Willie Brown. Now Jackson, a 3-point shot. Hits the front. Willie Brown has an offensive rebound as the clock counts down. 14-11. Premier Club League basketball is back. The thrills and spills of the GBA. All the raw excitement. I wonder what had happened down there on the baseline when it seemed to be fairly straightforward. Ethan Ngarioni Pearson leapt up in the air for the ball, seemed to get bumped in the back, and then all of a sudden there entered confusion. They had it at the start, and then they thought about it, and then they thought about it a little bit longer, and then they made the right call. So the inbounding pass with Scott Muncaster. Muncaster, who doesn't lack for bravery in terms of taking that last shot. When it needs taking, he'll take it. When he must. Rongamai Smith. Rongamai holds the ball now. Walters thought about the skip pass over to Reaney. Now Muncaster hits a 3-point shot. And if that starts happening, it's going to be tough for our Raiders because Muncaster will gain in confidence. Jackson inside to Jimmy Wilson. Now here's a talent. Wilson's one of the royal families, if you will, of Gisborne basketball. Here's Ethan trying to get inside there, getting bumped off by Ryan Walters. Call there is a block. He never fails to amaze me, Cliff Blumfield. He's not one of those referees that gets upset with players. They argue or question a call. He just smiles, laughs it off most of the time. Sometimes that's not easy to do, but he's always been that way, Cliff. Very, very laid back. Enjoys but loves the game. Reason the man's here. Muncaster has the ball. Muncaster around Jackson. Nice drive by Muncaster. Good play by Muncaster there. Wiping his nose, probably sweat as opposed to blood. They're now wiping his hands on his shorts. That's Muncaster, 16-12, a 4-point game. If he senses that he can take a player off the dribble, he will. Muncaster now, first three throw. Muncaster makes the shot. 17-12, 5-point game. Raiders have the firepower, though. They can live with the City Lights, with Ethan and Jimmy and Luca and Te Haiora, known as Biggie. Strong, powerful youngster and a good, emerging post player as well. Ethan, now Luca drives on in, there with a runner. Nice rebound there by Rongamai Smith. The big guy's got good skills. That's Jason Tuapaua trying to hustle him. Gets the pass back. Donna Napier doesn't miss a trick. She doesn't miss it. And unlike Cliff, she won't put up with too much lip. Here is a Muncaster over to Walt. Muncaster again. He'll keep shooting it. Made one. Ethan down the floor. Ethan with Muncaster. Oh, beautifully done. Beautifully done. The young man trying to get inside. Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson. How many times do you see a young player drive to the basket, pause, cringe, tremble, then miss the shot? But this is not that youngster. Not really a youngster, 18 must be these days. Very good rugby player as well, and cricketer. Ethan Pearson makes the second free throw. Shoots the ball as well as any of the kids that we fielded in age group teams over the years. Jason Tuapawa. Here's Tamari. I don't think that was really meant to be a pass. Tamari has the ball. Walters, shot's up. Walters misses the shot. Jason Tuapawa, another spring heels, and so strong. Man who coached Waikohu to a club championship. Lee Brothers Shield winning rugby coach, Jason Tuapawa. Rongamai Smith. Rongamai Smith, very good footwork. The big guy gets the ball inside. Great pass by Rongamai Smith. And once again, open layup. Tumaire. Joseph Tumaire missing on the shot. That's Ethan with the left hand. Oh, wow! That there from 25 feet there, Ethan. Ngariongani Pearson. Down court from Muncaster. Walters there has the pass picked off. Tough pass to Marty, lining him up to block the shot. Layup, I wonder whether Tamari would get in front of him, stop him from making the layup. And again there, guts and glory. Pearson, here's Tuapawa, trying to stop Rongamai from getting to the baseline, but the big guy is so strong, wow. Big guy is strong, 19-17, 2-point game. Here is Pearson, Rangioni Pearson. Luca in the corner, unfortunately stepped out of court. Well, which line is the outline? Historically, it's always been the black line. It hasn't changed. First game of basketball was played here in 2009. So that's 14 years, quite long enough for people to get used to which line is which line. This line is this line, and that line is that line. And once again, these are these little teething issues that we have at the start of every season. Just a way to blow the cobwebs out. As much for administrators as players. Don here with another. Is she fielding a query from Ethan or giving him the hard word? Okay, Ethan has the ball. Ethan, corner to Luca Russell. Luca does well to get down the baseline. That's a Jason Tuapawa. Always had that second jumper too, Jason Tuapawa. He could bounce up quickly. Jason Tuapawa. Wonderful athlete. Softly spoken, Joseph Tamari, recalled to duty. Nicely. Down there in the lowest hash mark. Jason Tuapawa. Okay, hit the front there, was a little short on the shot. They did get the rebound. Good defense by Walters. Oh, nice turn there by Tuapawa. Made a turn, but didn't make the shot. Given a couple of weeks to get into it, these guys will make those. But you've got to use the square. Here's a steal by Donna. Muncaster for Donna. Over to Donna. Donna holds Muncaster now, has the pass picked off. Sometimes you just got to hold the ball and wait for the cavalry. Willie Brown trying to get around Ryan Walters. Ryan Walters taps the ball loose. Muncaster has it. Muncaster looking up court. Muncaster, Carl Reedy. It's time we've seen him in a little while. 1-point game, 2019. Reedy coming down the middle. Reedy there with the reverse and put back by Tamari. Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson. Sportsman and a half. Ethan, here for Luca to the 3-point line. Steps, gets to the middle. Ethan, another three-point shot, did that effortlessly. And you can tell by the shot he could hit that shot from 30 feet on a good day. 23-21 on a big night. 23-21, a two-point game. Man, how I've missed club basketball. I really have. You can see to a power they're sliding on the floor. These guys whom we first saw when they were 12 and 13, now in their 30s, some in their 40s, still out there playing the game they love, doing what they love to do. Walters never wastes an inbounding pass, gets to Muncaster. Muncaster now from the baseline can make that shot. YMCA though is a different hoop from the John McFarlane Memorial Sports Centre. Certainly the stadium is much better lit, far better lit. Zay Donna now trying to save the ball in court. Saves a good effort by Donna for Rennie. Rennie though misses on the jumper, has their second shot. Oh, blocked there by Nelson Brown. And Muncaster calls for it. They've got it. Good D by the Raiders. Stayed alive on their own boards with 2 or 3 good defensive plays. Missing there, Luca, I think, on the fadeaway, 23-21. Just under 3 minutes left. Rennie, nice pass by Rennie. Once again, it's loose. Muncaster makes the shot. Muncaster, one of those, talk about opportunists. Muncaster is an opportunist. Sees upon that loose ball, that untidy position. First 3 of the night, first 3 of the week, first 3 of the season. Carl Rennie with Luca Russell, keeping tabs on him. Rennie there, Rennie. With soft touch there, Rennie. Players. Carl Rennie, soft touch on the shot attempt initially. Ball rolled off the top of the hoop. Rennie. 25-23. Jackson. Jackson can take the ball to the basket. This is Wee Brown. Scott Muncaster. Muncaster with Walters wide open on the left. Don't have anything happening on the baseline. Muncaster holds for the time being. The moment is now. Grin from ear to ear. 25-23. 25-23. Some big guys out there at the moment. 6'2", if anything. Some big guys. Here is a Muncaster. Muncaster hits the front. Look. 3-point game. Jackson down to Wee Brown. Jackson now left to Luca. Luca into the corner. Willie Brown has it. Jackson back into Willie Brown. Tough pass to pick up. Carl Rennie comes over halfway now. Change of pace there from Rennie. Love that too, that first step by Rennie. Luca Russell, 26-23. Found his bearings now. And that's a good sign for the Raiders. Willie Brown making those jump shots. Inside has been tough. That's Ryan Walters threw the gadget arm out, but it was a tough pass, low to his left. Okay, wanted the ball back, I think. Nelson to Ethan. Ethan a 3. Ethan a 3. Now is starting to make an impact. Look at there, Ethan sticking a Muncaster. There with that figure 8, Muncaster. But Ethan won't get off him. He sits on him. Pass. He read the play just a moment too late there, and that's Nelson going straight up in his cylinder. Carl Rennie. What's wrong with Muncaster? Waiting for a call. Okay, Ryan Walters. Well, you know, there was contact there, but the big guy went up straight. Muncaster also went up straight. There endeth the lesson, 29-28. 1-point game. Ethan Pearson has been hitting the 3 of late. Ethan Pearson now at the buzzer. Well, what a game, game one of week one. The men's prems, 30 all. Ethan Pearson with a magnificent. Hit the long jump shot, take the ball to the basket. Hearts and mouths. Young man takes the ball to the hoop. Cliff Blumfield waiting for a referee, Donna Napier. Referee is never late. They always arrive exactly when they mean to. 30 all 8-minute quarters these days. Remember way back up until the early 2000s, they were 20-minute halves. Jason Tua makes the shot. Might have the effect of drawing Rongamai Smith out to him. So the first field goal of the third period, Jason Tuapawa. Muncaster has the ball. Zaydonna, one of those guys in the open court. Game breaks open. Win a game for you in layups. Rongamai Smith with the air ball and uncharacteristic, doesn't shoot so many air balls. 32-30. Ethan Pearson, this magical little left. And Te Haiora, Kere Puki, down the middle, a big guy goes in. Oh, wow! I love that. You got to use what God gave you. Guy powers down the middle, bumped them all. Oh, that's a Jimmy Wilson. The belly butt patented by Butch Wills. Butch used to have this way of pushing up against you. But those were only his Rising Suns opponents. That was only on a Saturday night. 34-30 is Monk. There's no substitute for experience. Scott Muncaster coming down the baseline. Reaney trying to stay with Ethan Pearson. Jackson, good pass. I like this contest. Haiora, Kere Puki. He was bumped there, to be honest. He was bumped a little there. Zaydonna, did he travel? I did wonder whether or not he might have. Ball down low to Rongamai. Back to Muncaster. That's Biggie. There with the rebound on the weak side. Ethan, Ngarioni and Pearson. 34-32. Game is picked up in terms of its intensity. Here is again the big young forward. Oh, that was a good pass. 34-32. Muncaster there with the underarm pass. Now it's Reaney with a three-point shot. Reaney there, that was a little long. That was a little long. Long. Rongamai to the baseline, bumping against Jimmy Wilson. No reason that he should give, and he doesn't give. Muncaster, now Reaney to the hoop, make the layup. Well, you know, honestly, I thought he was going to make the layup. Pearson. 34-32. Ethan at the three-point line. And there elevates quickly. The shot off. Now Reaney gets going in the open court. Zaydonna has had no open court opportunities. He's now trying to drive inside against Jackson. Tough defense. In Gisborne, they don't give you layups. The game has changed, though. It's certainly far less physical. I remember when it was the Wild West. Back in the early, late 90s, as late as the late 90s, every team had a tough guy. They used to call them hatchet men. 34-32. Ethan, now down to Nelson. It's Te Haiora, Kere Puki. That's a good call by the referee. It did indeed touch one of City Lights players last. There, Muncaster. Well, Nelson Brown doing exactly what they need him to do there with a defensive rebound. Here is Luca coming right side against the Muncaster. And adjacent to Apawa. Nice play. Couldn't finish. He was bumped down low, but Donna Napier was happy with it. She said that it wasn't excessive. 36-32. Whether it's excessive or not depends on your point of view. That's Ryan Walters. Ball bounces out long. This is Rongamai. And Rongamai misses on the finger roll. An anguished cry from Rongamai. 36-32. Ethan, a three-point shot. Set up quickly, air ball. Gisborne basketball, a mix of the sweet and savage, and sometimes the comical. 36-32. Guarded by Nelson. Reached around the body there, caught by Donna. And there a reassuring pat on the back of Rongamai by Ethan, trying to steer him to the centre. Carl Reaney. Reaney there with another one of those. Second time he's trying to make a layup that's gone over the top of the backboard. Did that at the far end in the first half. Here is Rongamai. Got knocked around, didn't get a call. Pleads his case to Cliff Blumfield. Ethan. Over to Luca, 36. A game by Muncaster. Muncaster, what won't he do? 36-34. 2-point game. Muncaster down the middle. Willie Brown backs off. Walters can shoot the three-pointer from there. Reaney. I don't think he thought he'd made the shot. Or is that third? Willie Brown. A little long there. Nice rebound from Rongamai Smith, who in many ways is one of the best big men that we've seen. Club ball level, Rongamai. Goes up there, the jump hook. Defensive effort from Nelson Brown. Now we getting around. Seen some incredible plays on the break over the years. Remember Coastiieez had Big Selwyn. 37-36. That's Wee Brown. They draw level on that. Third period. Gisborne basketball. 2 made free throws. 38-37 for the lead by 1. Muncaster to Joe. Muncaster there with a strong pass. I would be disappointed. The ultimate professional there. Call there as a charge against the offensive foul. Donna takes no rubbish. As we've said before, she made the call. Well, he made a turn there, Luca. But in making that turn, of course, he sent him flying. Muncaster wants to make the most of it. 38-37 on that second free throw at the far end. 30 should be getting up there to 38. Yes, 38. Again, that's another one of the changes in the game these days. It's a free throw and possession. Ryan Walters, Joseph Tamati, good guy, played good ball for Gisborne Boys High School in his time. And that's Reaney from the baseline. That's the first jump shot from the baseline, which has been made by a premier player this season. Wee wants it back, not going to get it. Now Willie Brown to Nelson over there on the left. Willie Brown coming open court there, Willie Brown. Throws it up, it hit the top of the backboard. The old-fashioned expression, the name for that is a glass ball. Hit the backboard and didn't hit the ring. Here's Luca Russell. Shot clock violation. He was up attempt there, Willie Brown. That's the reason he missed the shot. 41-38. Scott Muncaster. Muncaster, oh, great pressure there earlier on from Ethan Pearson. You know what that is? That's Ethan Pearson hustling defensively at the top of the key, forcing the tough pass. Brilliant defense by Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson. 41-38. Carl Reaney stays in front of him. Got to keep him in front of you. Take your eye off him. Next minute he's gone, and the ball was as deep as you can get it with a good putback. Good tenacious work. That offensive rebound by Luca Russell. 41-40, 1-point game. Here's Muncaster. Muncaster. He amazes me, Muncaster. Some of the player there, or 2 defensive players, or who it is. Just bottomless reservoir of confidence. 41. Gives them a 2-point lead now. Muncaster. Lancaster again, both free throws. Experience. From the right side of the court, the left-hander there with a runner. Got into the middle. Again, what I said, you know, young players, the shock of being knocked around hitting the floor is one that others get up, laugh and carry on. This is one of those. Coming from playing basketball in Napier at wonderful old Centennial Hall. You can have your flashlights with Pettigrew Arena, Centennial Hall, so much history. Here's Scott Muncaster out of the backcourt. 2-point game. Will he drive in on him? Holds the ball to a power, now to Nelson. An offensive play. He was fouled and gets a putback there, and that is a very strong bucket. Very strong play against some pretty tough individuals. Here is a Muncaster who was going to shoot it. Ryan Walters has the pass stolen. Now it's Ethan Pearson. Muncaster's after him and makes the layup beautifully. Who needs a million rubbish dunks? This is where I started. Club basketball is where I started. It gave me 5 games a night. Gave you the opportunity to practice. You had to make the game interesting. And you know what it actually did? You had to take a pretty ordinary game of basketball and make it sound like the greatest game ever played. You knew you were doing a good job one day. I actually turned the pictures off, played the audio tape, and it sounded like, you know, the greatest game of Plumfield. 45-45. Remember, City Lights drew level on the left-hand layup to end the third. On the floor for Jackson. Well, first things first, that's unselfish play. Tried to get the ball up. Sometimes just not every pass is going to stick. Ethan Pearson, top of the key, Willie Brown. Now Jason, guarded by Ryan. Love to see these big guys work hard. That there, Jason to a power. Powerful move there. One of the most mild-mannered guys you're ever going to come across, Jason to a power, but immensely strong. That's Ryan Walters there into Biggie. Apparently he stepped on the end line. Sometimes, to be honest, as a referee, you're happy when that happens. Rather than have to deal with players arguing about who committed the foul, to simply point at the end line and say you stepped on it. Does defuse a situation. That's not what happened there, mind you. It's Brian did step on the end air ball. Seen a few air balls tonight. One man, one air ball. Zay Donna! Well, if he couldn't save it, it was unsalvageable. 47-45. Guys are showing signs. Crazy, but I love the physical way the young guy plays. You know, he gets out there and goes at it. And that's, here in the GBA, that's what you got to do, really. No place for nice touch. But I think a good sign, young Te Haiora Kerekere Puki, that he will get in front of the opposition and he won't give them easy layups. Jackson has it. He was unlucky not to make the shot. Here now is Muncaster, that you got to get in front of Muncaster. Muncaster spins and now he might have lost an eye or something's happened to Muncaster. Over there on the right side to Ethan. Ethan, man, so quick, wants to take. Al knows what he's doing. Muncaster from behind. Okay, That's Ethan. Now to Jason Tuapawa, bumped by Ryan. Okay, and got a big whistle there. Muncaster hurt. Not happy. I think he's shaking his head because he was hit down the other end of the floor. It's an outrage. Well, I can understand. That was an incredibly tough shot he took. He was heading away from the basket. He had his back to the hoop. He had the ball in his right hand. Pretty much the unmakeable shot. 47 all. Need to know where he is at all times. Jason Tuapawa. 3 guys on the left side of the floor. Only Biggie over here on the right. Willie Brown has it, guarded by Donna. Holds there, driving around Donna. Gets by Muncaster. Stop. Down against Jackson. There to Muncaster down the middle. A runner. One-hander hit the front iron. Here now is Ethan Pearson. Ethan Pearson. And hits the front. Rongamai Smith. That's all the wonderful world of the GBA. As Rongamai. Now Ryan Walters saves it. Ryan Walters, great save down there on the baseline. Well, was the ball out? Well, the black line's the outline, not the white line. There's a white line, a black line. Blocked there by Reenie. Reenie can jump to a power. Cliff Blumfield. 49-47. Just under 5 minutes. Te Haiora, Kiri Puki and Jason Tuapawa played strongly. 49-47 Nelson. So now they have that height advantage. Big youngster. Game is becoming more physical as time is now a factor. That was Luca. Missing the jumper. Rongamai, great pass. Great pass. Zaydonna. Tough shot. Can't make the shot. Had a layup there, but a tough one was the meat in the sandwich. Literally. Now Luca Russell steps on it. Oh, beautiful pass. Over there to Nelson. That's a shame. Imagine if he'd made that. Got a lovely pass. Oh, there's Ethan reaching for the ball. Sometimes you got to make a play for it. Got to try something. You don't try anything, nothing happens. Here is Carl Reenie. Reenie bumping into Willie Brown. Donna to the baseline, loose ball. Willie Brown has a good pass. 2-on-1. Luca for Ethan. Ethan, the basic shot. 52-47. No, 51-47. Went up by 2 for us. Well, I think 3 for a second. 4-point game. Muncaster, now Donna. Donna holds. Donna to the baseline. Donna coming around to the top. Shot by Reenie as short hits the front. Save the ball in court. They'll ignore the shot clock. Here now is Luca Russell. Nice pass there to Ethan Pearson. Sometimes you need to slow down. 51-47. A 4-point game and just under 4 minutes left. Scott Muncaster. What's he cooking up? What's he planning, Muncaster? The scheming Muncaster. Muncaster bounce pass cross court to Ryan Walters. That's Nelson getting over there to pin the ball against the backboard. Big play by a big young man with great promise as a forward. Wee Brown against Donna. Incredibly quick in the open court even these days, Wee Brown. Ethan a 3. Little long there, Wee Brown. Nelson's after it, Muncaster's got it. Muncaster wanting the call and got the call. You win some, you lose some. Muncaster's a gambling man, 51-40. Just under 3 minutes left. Game 1 of the only game 1. Game 1 of week 1. Imagine what we're going to see in the future. Just imagine that. Bounce pass into the corner. Cruelly, the ball bounces out of the ring. 51-47. Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson. Just under 3 minutes left. Nitty-gritty time. The time when talk is cheap. You've got to make shots. Here's Wee Brown. Has it back now. Shot clock is at 6 seconds. Nelson, it's a Luca Russell and makes the 3-point shot. Very important 3-pointer. 51, oh no, now 54-47. Jump shot is off. 7-point game. An exciting game. Luca, big three. 25 feet, big three-point shot. Right side, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for Ethan Rangioni Pearson and company to maybe seal this game with a couple of big plays. Oh, great pass! And Luca Russell there with maybe the assist of the night. Wee Brown able to finish, able to read the play and under pressure. Alize Donna, great bounce pass. Wee Brown. It would be a shame if he didn't complete the three-point play. It was such a good pass. He has made the three-point play. 57-47. Fantastic pass. Muncaster over to Rini. Rini shot bounces out. Willie Brown under some pressure. Ethan Rangioni Pearson there. Lovely dribble. Good skill, skip pass. Finds Luca Russell. Now they can play a patience game. Very tough. Very tough. City Lights now. Ball drops down to Rongamai. Rongamai coming open court. Now to Rini. Now Muncaster. Muncaster moves away on the three-point line. Shoots a three but misses the shot. Loose ball, Willie Brown. Willie Brown, wow! Got tagged there. No one said a thing. Not the ref, not Willie Brown. Almost oblivious to it. 1 minute, 57-47. 10-point game. A very good game of basketball tonight by the Raiders. Have played well. Ryan Walters. Like a fine wine, though. City Lights continue to mature. The three-pointers missed. Ryan trying to get in there for the loose ball. Game is in effect over. 10-point game. 35 seconds or so coming up. 57-47. Ethan. Down to our Nelson Brown. Willie Brown. Okay, call there is a travel. That's a small thing. That's a small thing in the scheme of things. Has played well tonight. 57-47. Muncaster. Muncaster will allow him an underpass. Well, there, Muncaster. That's tragic, really. It's turnover right at the end of the game. 57-47. 17 seconds. Muncaster there with a no-look pass, and sometimes teammates just aren't expecting that. Just not expecting that pass. 10 seconds left. Dribble the clock out. Here is Ethan Pearson. And with a dunk. Well, 2 seconds left. He's done it all tonight. He shot it from the baseline. He's a three-pointer. Taking the ball down the middle. 59-47. I'll tell you what, the game has changed here. 20 years ago, there was no way guys would let you run down the middle and do that. 59-47. Big win there to Raiders. And you would say an upset? This guy's a magnificent team, City Lights. So often champions by 12 points. So, Chief, do you think it'll be...
Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the Gisborne Oval, and this is absolutely fantastic.
Live coverage on Rangai.
Takes a lot of patience.
Motivation.
More practice.
because of my passion, pursuing something that I want to do in the future.
I do this so I can meet people like me.
Because I love it.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Catherine, thank you very much. Hey, oh, jeez. I think I might be rubbish in this game. I've got okay, so first game tonight for the Stallions. Waengapu Stallions. And the Waengapu Stallions out there with the massive Marauders. Always a neat thing to see new teams, new players, Stallions. This is White. They're in the 1. Looks like a good young guard. Guard with some dash and splash. Some strong athletes. Call there is, I think, the carry from Ethan Pearson. Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson. What a tremendous young talent. Played really well. I think he scored 32 points in game 1. Stefan Pashif, Chief Executive Officer of Sport Gisborne, has the ball. Probably the biggest guy in the league. Stefan, nice rebound. That was Harmony. Harmony Kepper. Good hands. Okay, loose ball. Stallions have it back. This is Mike Kemp. Kemp over there for Harmony. Ball's loose. Picked up by Jesse Sweeney. The Sports Centre. It's going to be the home of the Premier League this season, the men's competition. We have the girls over at the YMCA. Adam Harford. Nice play by Harford. Unable to finish. Still no score. Seen some shot attempts. See another shot attempt. That was a jumper. Henry Kepper on the baseline. Simon Wilson. He is an all-round sportsman, a good cricketer as well as a good basketball player. Good guard. Now accelerates down the middle with a layup there in the first field goal of the season for the massive Marauders by Simon down the middle. There with that scoop shot. They'd shot up a few jumpers. I think even a 3. Still no change to the scoreboard, but well, really, that score should be 3-2. Last one a tray, and we have neither the field goal nor the 3 recorded. Simon Wilson holds the ball, looks at Pashif. Pashif pops up to get the pass. Luke Bradley, point guard. Okay, down the middle now, and the lovely basket. Massive Marauders. Good young guards. That was a Daily Rere. I almost didn't recognize him. Simon Wilson, second field goal. Made the scoop shot earlier and now brings himself under control. Make that layup. 5-4. Strong guys in this crew. Jess Sweeney, the 2. Here's Harm. Harm over there in the corner. Sweeney has it. Guys, a 3-pointer. Well, a 3-pointer. Shot was online. That's Luke Bradley up court. Pashif carries the ball. Pashif, Bradley there with a skip pass. Simon, oh, lovely pass there by Simon Wilson. Good pass there, finding the big guy open underneath. And the finish from Stefan Pashif. Nice catch. See these promising guards. BY 1. This is Harmony 3. Tried to get the bounce pass into Kemp. Pass up court from Harford. Little loose that pass from Harford. Simon there with a skip pass out deep. Real lollipop. Luke Bradley there with a skip pass. Wilson wants a Pashif. The big guy might have got it then if only he was awake to it. Open to suggestion. Pashif there missing the shot. And the second shot. Good defense there by the Stallions. Let's keep up. Okay. As the season goes on, obviously we'll familiarise ourselves with these people. Good player, Stefan Pashif. Turning around there, that was a deep scoop shot. That was from the free throw line. Tough to make a scoop shot from the free throw line. Be White. Adam Harford. Harford there with a very good pass down the floor to Simon Wilson. Simon Wilson misses on the shot. Harford there with a very good pass. 8-3. And the Marauders would like a break. They have called timeout. 8-3. So, club ball is here. Premier grade club ball is here. Stallions starting off in the Premier grade. It's a big ask, but they'll enjoy it. They'll make some shots. They'll take some bumps. Sweeney's Kemp has it. Stefan Pashif is a big guy, hard to shoot over that outstretched hand. Here is Adam Harford. Harford, guarded by Kepper. Good enthusiastic defence, and sometimes players new to the game are going to foul. That's just how it is. Rather have them be enthusiastic and foul than play no D. Here is Luke Bradley, a three-pointer by Lukey. Missed the first one, misses the second. Henry Kepper down the floor. Henry Kepper drives to the middle, looks for a teammate. Turnover, Pashif there with a steal. Adam Harford, 2-on-1. Harford there. Gracefully making the shot. I love it. Well, something's happening with our score. It's gone up, then down, then up. Now it's 10-3 for the moment. 2 minutes left. Daly ready. Left-hander son of Anton Reddy, legendary rising sun, Luke Bradley, in there for his own miss. Good pass. Sometimes when the shots aren't dropping, take that offensive rebound and pass the ball. That's what you have to do. 12-3. Stallions. I can't wait for them to make a crazy bucket. They make one crazy basket, they'll be on fire. Be white. Jesse Sweeney, the big two. Be white. Adam Harford. Harford. Nice dribble by Harford. Big guy, skillful. And Sweeney didn't move, nor should he move. Unlucky there that he travelled. The big guy actually made it tough for Harford to finish the shot. 12-3. Luke Bradley. Lukey there, another miss. Got to put it back in eventually. Eventually. Moment now, that should be 14-3 if he's made it. Taking a little while to get some of these numbers up. I'm fairly certain he made that for 14-3, but it's not our problem. Referees out there, the young man on the baseline is probably one of the most talented young players that we've had for years around here. Certainly the best young referee that we've ever had here. Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson, and former GBA President Adrian Sparks. Okay, Adam Tapsell, Luke Bradley, two veterans. That was a tough pass to Daly Dede. In front of him, towards the baseline. Last minute of play here in the first period. Daly looks like he's a little taller. Harmony Kepper over to the big fella, and he scored. And it was Jesse Sweeney. First season as a team in the league, it's always a year in which you learn. Adam Harford has it. He's been around for a long time. Well, then found the man with the jump pass, Luke Bradley. Bradley now Pashif. Being bumped around, and you know what? Okay. Shot's going to count. Harmony Kepper. But again, a good sign for the Stallions. They concede the foul, but they just don't give people easy layups. Don't give them 2-foot layups. Stefan's free throw. Stefan has made a three-point shot, or rather a three-point play. He'd be happy with that. Remember when the CEO for Sport Gisborne first began in this competition, he was a new player, a little bit raw. He's improved, as they all do if they stay in the league. Can't afford to feel embarrassed if you shoot air balls. Everybody in Gisborne shoots air balls and throws bricks. You just have to put up with that. 17-5, 12-point game. Luke Bradley, nice pass to Daly. Gets through for that reverse layup. Lovely finish. Beautiful assist by Luke Bradley for 19-5. Okay, the massive Marauders. Guys are going to improve. There's no question they're going to improve. They've got athleticism. They want to play. Underneath there, David Sweeney getting a good call from referee Ngarangioni Pearson. Got to reward these new players. Got to help them out. Got to put them at the free throw line. 2 free throws. Just the little things like having your toes behind the free throw line and making sure you don't step over it. Making sure your teammates don't jump off the hash marks before the ball's left the hand. Just those little things. Everybody learns. Nobody starts off here as the perfect player. Or at least if there was, I never saw it. Willing to take shots. Again, you don't try anything, nothing happens. Daly ready. Daly, quick, certainly quick. These guys get going in the open court. Good to see. That's a camp. They'll attack the basket. Might seem a little bit wild and woolly sometimes, but that's just getting a sense of being on the floor. Love these guys' attitude. They're running hard. You can't expect it to be tidy. Guys are new to the game. Get inside. And it's different. You know, guys sometimes are hurried. Adam Harford, putt, splutter, putt. Harford there. Adam Harford's had to promote it. They want to be energetic about it. All of a sudden it starts happening. But that seems to be the way, though. Sometimes we all sit, look at each other and wait for someone to do something. This is Adam Harford. Oh. Sweeney. Look, guys are getting used to handling the ball. So many guys in New Zealand picked the sport up. And that's Daly Reddy with a steal. And he is a Quicksilver in the open court. There with a right hand. Left-hander with a right hand. Aren't so many right-handers with a left hand, to be terribly honest. 21-5, 16-point game. But seeing a new team, new to the competition, new to the GBA, part of the family. Soon they'll be part of the furniture. Daly ready, 21-5. Daly heading away from the hoop. Tough when you're heading and toss it up one-handed. Sweeney. What you'll find other things that players start to do as they spend time in the league, they start to talk more, they become more confident. Obviously when you've never played, oh, what a pass by Adam Harford. Only on opening night can I be surprised. No look pass. Oh wow, 23-7. That flick pass. What you got to do is encourage these guys to shoot the ball. You don't growl people for missing shots. Got to shoot it. 23-7. Daly ready. Daly into Adam Harford. That's a nice finish, very skillfully done. 25-7. The fall away. And if you can run, you can be useful. You guys shoot the ball. I can't believe I'm saying this, but one of the things I'd love to see more of in Gisborne, to be honest with you, is street ball. I don't think there's enough of it. It's a time when every kid had a hoop in his backyard and loved to shoot a ball. Board riders, the kids used to play there. Out there at the primary school so they could dunk on the low hoops. 25-7. Wainui, that was embarrassing. That hoop was 6 feet high. Okay, loose ball situation. And now with Mike Kemp. David Sweeney, he shoots it. Guys are looking to get open. Guys are looking to shoot it. And again, when you're taught how to play the game early, you have structure. These guys are not used to structure, but that can be good too. Guys learn to run to space, cut to space, create space, set screens. Here's Stefan Pashif is around about 15 feet from the hoop. Long way for him, got a bounce pass. But, it was Kemper Kepper. Ideally, I think the pass you want to give it to a big guy like Stefan Pashif is the lob pass. Something up high that nobody else can reach except him. That's it. A pass where he can seal the defensive player. Not the low pass down around the knees where the big guy's got to try and pick the ball up. 27-7, 20-point game. Got some good ball handlers, this Stallions team. Simon Wilson has the ball. And support Daly Reddy, who's a good guard. Foul. Luke Bradley turns around. And Stefan Pashif, 2 meters tall. Just over 2 meters. Kepa. Do something in the... Oh, wow. Charlie Kepa with a lovely individual play there. Simon Wilson. Okay, that's Simon Wilson under pressure, no foul. Somebody come right up behind you when you take the shot. It's not a lot of fun at times. 29-9, Sweeney. Some of these guys shoot the ball pretty naturally too. Luke Bradley, 29-9. Daly Reddy could do with the pass. Adam Tapsell, experience. Stefan Pashif, put back, no put back. So experience and size, you would hope be a put. This one hits the front. Again, that happens. Sweeney. Young guy, Riwai, there with a fall away. And look at that, David Sweeney, I think it was, getting in there trying to get the loose ball. Daly Reddy drives on in round Jess and makes the shot. Skillful and use of the square. $31-9. And in a little while from now, these guys will hit the basket that gets them to double figures. See, just these little things. Might not seem like big things to some people, but they're, for a new team and new players, they're huge. Down the floor with Sweeney in front of him. That was Stefan there with the jump pass. Love the Stefan jump pass. And their scores inside. Put back out there. This is a guy that impresses because he is strong, but also skillful. He can handle the ball. He can shoot the ball. Harmony, just inside the three-point line. Okay, hustled there by Simon Wilson. It's a Riwai coming across to help. Near misses the, well, there had to be a foul. Honestly, I was looking at it. 31-9. 22-point game. Adam Harford, I wonder what he thought he was doing. Simon Wilson there with an easy open layup and makes the shot. Now, for some reason, their score has just jumped up by 3. That was a layup with 2 points. Or maybe they were a little slow adjusting it before. But anyway, that doesn't matter. We're very lucky to have the scorers we've got, the referees we've got. 6 seconds now. 5 seconds as the clock counts down. And gets it over to him. And that's the end of the period. 35-9. So here in the third period, Massice has scored under the ring, 39-11. And the massive Marauders, with their greater experience and obviously their height advantage, doing enough. They're doing enough. Harmony. Yep. This is David Sweeney. Again, where you have young players, encouraging them is very important. That's what you'll see with these Stallions. Simon Wilson. Got good people looking after their team. That's Massice. And again, some defensive effort down low, which is pretty good. Seeing these guys are also a young team, not just a new team, but young. Getting a sense of life on the floor. And this is where, to be honest, street ball is such a good thing. It is a good thing because guys learn how to play in that atmosphere. That was Henry Kepper trying to get a steal off Luke Bradley. Missed the layup there, Daly, and he is very good these days. It's unusual for a young man to miss layup. Former Gisborne Boys High School captain. Biddle. This ball situation now. Luke Bradley has it. Wonderful point guard in his time. Nice pass there to Stefan Massice. Comes in, was a little, it's actually so delicate on the shot that didn't crest the rim. And unusual with Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson on the far side to have a young referee of national standard who would be in the top flight of young referees in the country. Well, that's a backcourt violation, and you know the young guy doesn't like to call it. But to help the new team learn the rules, that's what you have to do. You don't pick on them with rules that no one's ever heard of, but you have to pick up on backcourt violations and things like that. 41-11. Adam Harford for Massice. No, not as a target. Daly now coming around to the left. Now Massice, get it to him in the middle. Good defense here by the Stallions. That's Harford swinging by the basket. Good stuff, Harmony steal. And Sweeney, the other way down the floor. Nice play here by the Stallions. Nice play indeed. Jesse Sweeney there with the assist. Harmony with the finish. Wonderful basketball. Something for everybody to enjoy, and so they should. Seeing some good hoops. Three by Luke Bradley. Luke has a 20-foot range, has shooting touch. And this is a Sweeney. Okay. Here's Adam Tapsell. Great basketball brothers, the Tapsells. That was a Massice running into Harford, or was it Harford running into Massice? And the big guys ran into each other strangely and then turned the ball over. I think one of them might have stepped out of court. 41-13. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Harmony holds the ball. Biddle. Passes and cuts, which is, again, good basketball. See a guy pass the ball and move, try and create space. And from the baseline there, David Sweeney from the left corner. Nice to see that, guys. And here's Harford heading on in. And good D there from Harmony Kepper. Good defense. So they score at one end, then play some defense from the baseline. Adam Harford with the simplest thing in the world, the layup. There for 43-17. You don't want to bomb those, to be honest. I've seen it done. 43-17. Biddle over here to Sweeney. The Stallions there with a handle. Up top. Harmony Kepper. Driving to the basket. Biddle there with a shot that had form. Shot attempt had form. Take that there. David Sweeney has that shooting range. He can make that shot. 43-16. Luke Bradley around the back dribble. Luke Bradley right side. Know whether he was dishing off. That is looking to pass the ball. 43-16. Premier grade. These guys are playing in a higher grade than many guys who are much older and more experienced playing in the open grade. Luke Bradley there with an inbound to a Daly fall away. Daly hits the front iron. This is Simon Wilson, Luke Bradley. Adam Tapsell into the middle. There with a scoop shot. Nicely by Adam Tapsell. He and his brother were good players and also a very good influence for Gisborne boys back in the day. This is Sweeney. Under a little bit of pressure, Luke Bradley, Adam Tapsell. Two guys in the front court. Now to Pashif down the middle. Pashif there, and got it back, give and go Pashif. Pass back from Dale, from Daly. Good play there. Pashif down the middle. Got it back from Daly. Recognise the big guy, the effort there. Big guy makes the effort. You've got to give it back to him, surely. Nice pass. So there to Sweeney, and unlucky there not to score on the shot attempt. 47-16, at what I told you before about double figures. It is true. Team got to double figures. Hit jump shot. Good strong defense there by Kepa. Sometimes opposition is just taller than you, but the truth is at least they're putting a body on the opposition. 49-16. Come out of this particular game, these Stallions, knowing that the opposition are decent, not unbeatable. Oh, good bounce pass into Biddle. Unlucky not to make that jump hook. He got open, and the Stallions, and there's a cross-court pass from Simon Wilson. They did exactly what you should do. See the man open and give it to him. What they did to Luke Bradley then. Reward those guys who run hard and get open. This is Henry Kepa. Love to know the sporting background of these guys. Some of these guys have been good sportsmen in sports other than basketball. Daly Adere. His improvement in the last 2 or 3 years has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's Kepa over to Biddle. That jump shot's got a future. It's got possibilities. Daly, now does Simon got bumped there by Kepa. Whistle from Ethan Pearson. Not going to miss that. Thing about the very good referees, they don't miss the simple ones, the easy ones. Got that bump there. Mind you, the truth also is that sometimes you learn what you can get away with these referees. 55-16, Simon Wilson got a bump but made the shot. 1 free throw. Well, no, and well, he's entitled to do that, Wilson. He missed the free throw, obviously. Here's Adam Tapsell, guarded by, or rather that's Kepa, guarded by Luke Bradley. Getting shots up and away. Sweeney, nice pass. Well, there's the opportunity to put it back up and in. Charlie Kepa, and now they've scored. So that's the end of the period. Stallions having the last say. So 55-18, the massive Marauders against the Stallions. The Marauders, as you'd expect with their experience. Adam Harford's played a good level of basketball. New Plymouth. Adam Tapsell, big local background. Simon Wilson, old boy of Waengapu Collegiate. There's Adam Tapsell trying to hustle young Rewi for the ball. Charlie Kepper wears the 4 and gets the first, a three-pointer from the corner, from the left corner, the first three-pointer of the period, of this, the fourth period. Of course, we have 3 big nights of basketball for the next few weeks while these leagues are running. We have 8 teams in the men's premier grade. We have 8 teams in the ladies grade that they played last night. And we have 8 teams in the open grade. Open grade plays on Friday. So we have 24 senior club teams, which is wonderful. That David Sweeney looks like he's really finding some confidence and starting to shoot the ball well. And he has a quick shot. Doesn't take him a long time to set up. Simon Wilson with a 3. He's made a 3-point shot there, Simon Wilson. And we've seen some good quality basketball. People can enjoy 60-23. 23. Oh, that's a nice pass in there to Sweeney. He's after it. He saved it in. Great effort by the big guy. That's a wonderful effort. Really, really is. And here is Rewi and scores. Tremendous save. Tremendous save and caught by Jesse Sweeney. Those hustle plays you're going to remember in that particular one. Jesse Sweeney saving the ball in court for his teammate Rewi to score. A really good hustling effort. Adam Tapsell into the corner. Daly Dede with a very good pass. Now the Marauders obviously not being hurried or pressured so much with the ball, but every now and then able to show that they too have improved, can make basic plays. So Sweeney, Luke Bradley has it, they're going to run. Wilson's running or trying to. Daly there gets a bounce pass, really wide on the backboard there. Way wide out. Luke Bradley with the assist, 65-25, 40-point game. David Sweeney to the baseline, coming back with a left hand, has a left hand. Again, that's a good thing. Charlie, who opened their scoring in the fourth period. Saved and caught by Adam Tapsell. Thought that he might let that roll out. This is Simon Wilson. Okay, that's if it came to hassle him. Good stuff there, David Sweeney. Stood his ground. He certainly doesn't have to move. Kepper there with a 3. Just made 1. Again, what I said about nothing ventured, nothing gained is true. Every Premier grade team carries at least 1 or 2 players who are new to the game. There are relatively few teams that have every single player is an experienced player. As the lights dimmed a little there for a moment, the lights are dimming again. That's Stefan Pashif. 1 foot up in the air. Mr. Couple. Adrian Sparks. Stefan Pashif there with a lob pass out deep to Lukey. Simon Wilson back to Daly from the wing air ball. 65-24, or 65-25 rather. That 40-point game, that 40-point margin. 4 minutes. For some reason, I don't understand it. The clock stopped. I don't think they know. Well, now it started again. Okay, Stefan Pashif, Luke Bradley there. Haven't had too much whistle. That would have spoiled the game. Daly Adede there with a right-hand layup driving in. Good touch. There are some players that when you first see them, you think they could be outstanding. There are other players who you think there might be something there if they keep going. And I think Daly should be so proud and so pleased because he's had to work very, very hard. And he has worked hard and he has improved. And Sweeney there with a jump hook. That's legitimate. Tough shot to make, obviously, but that's a legitimate shot. Luke Bradley with Simon Wilson waiting for the ball. Luke there with a scoop shot. And I can remember his first year playing in this club league, Luke Bradley. Big boy now, but it was 1998. He was the tiniest point guard you've ever seen, that Chicago Bulls shirt. And that was for Gisborne Boys High School on the first night, opening night that season. They didn't even have any shirts. 68-25. So now the last 3.5 minutes of the game. Young Biddleback out there with David Sweeney. Levi, young guard. His dribble, Sweeney, trying to get the ball inside to him. Trying to play team basketball, you know, and that's important. Luke Bradley holds, waits for the cutting Daly. Kashif down the middle. Daly down the baseline, swings through. Got the shot off probably a little too quickly, to be honest, and missed the shot. It's always a bit of a different thing when the big guy's the one coming down the middle to pass and a smaller player underneath to finish. 68-25. 43-point game. Adam Harford drives past the basket. Again, that's what we call a tough shot. You're heading away from the basket. 68-25. 43-point in it. 43-point game. 43-point game air ball. Wasn't the first. Won't be the last. Simon Wilson. Guarded by Henry Kepper. Luke Bradley a three. Use the legs then. Here's Sweeney. Now Henry Kepper. Drive to the basket. Athletic. Guys are athletic. Luke Bradley. Over to Simon Wilson. The black line is the outline for anyone who wants to know. We've already seen 3 or 4 players tonight argue with the referee about which one the outline is. Honestly, it's been the same outline for 14 years. 68-25. Harmony over there in the corner to keep up. But you know, one thing about new players, they play the game with great enthusiasm. They enjoy their basketball. Look at the young guy Biddle here. Pass away there to Harm. Tries to make the shot. That's Daly. Now Simon Wilson. Only one backcourt violation tonight by the new Stallions team. And again, that's impressive. Simon Wilson has it there to Stefan, and honestly, he'd probably hang his head if it missed that from that distance. So now 70 points to 25. 70-25. Biddle. Just under a minute and a half to play. Rewind. Been impressed too by the referees in this particular game. Obviously, you've got a new team. They've controlled the game well. Game's been played in good spirit, but you don't have to blow every rule that man's ever heard of, and they haven't, which is good. Daly ready. A minute. Adam Harford waits for a cutter. There he is, Pashif. Could have given him that lob. Daly. Now Pashif to the middle. Daly. Here's Luke Bradley. Good by Harmony. Won't give him an easy layup. That's a Stefan Pashif. Hits the front. Shows some resilience. Into Wilson. Turns around with soft touch. And look at these guys competing. Look at them competing, the Stallions. Truth is, possibly the Marauders were always going to score there, but they didn't give it to them. They didn't let them have it easily. Henry, a little short on the shot. Okay, 29 seconds. Last game of the night to come. With Gisborne Boys High School away this week at the Super 8, they lost this morning certainly, so don't have the result of game 4. 17 seconds, 2-on-1. Henry, there with a fantastic finish in the open court. So the Stallions, that's something to savour. That's something they can really enjoy, playing some team basketball. Daly around to the left, the 3. Daly there with the 3, virtually at the buzzer. So 73-27. Seth, any word from the boys? But they had one this afternoon. Hi. Okay, so Green Bean versus Coasties. Coasties playing in this red strip. Green Bean in the purple. Two new teams in the Premier grade. And two promising teams. Good ball handlers. There is Seth Miller. Loves his basketball. Love those colours there from the Green Bean team. That purple. Some good ball handlers. And their first basket. Okay, they have some height, certainly. Coasties. Seth turns on that three-point line. It's a long jump shot. That's Brandon Walsh down there, refereeing with Cam McGregor. This is a guy that enjoys refereeing every night. We need referees like every sport. Three. The first three-pointer of the night. Last game traditionally is either a real beauty or it can be a drawn-out affair. That was Seth getting caught by the trail official. Brandon Walsh, we call him the trail official, as the referee behind the ball. Still there, Seth. Just been called for a foul. Now the alley-oop pass. And Green Bean, obviously with some ability to entertain. Young and athletic. Mind you, so are the Coasties. They've got some height to back it up with too, some serious height. Green Bean. These young teams are quick. They have to play the game at pace. Because obviously in the Premier grade they're going to come up against some much bigger, older teams. The ability to outrun them is going to be important. Coasties though they have some height. It's young height, but it's height. Seth now for the layup. Left side of the court there with the right hand. 9-zip. Coasties yet to score. Okay, Cam McGregor. Down there, and the big referee has some authority that can help him sometimes do the job. So good to see new officials. You can see they've got flair, Coasties. Referee McGregor has ruled out that the ball was last touched by Green Bean. Ends up a young Coasties team. Boys who love the game. A few turnovers are hurting them at the moment. And Green Bean. Sometimes, you know, the last game of the night, sitting there thinking about it. Get out there. Good stuff. Coasties have some big guys inside. That's great. They've got some big guys inside with some height. Got to get those big guys close to the basket. Got to get them moving in and away. Green Bean, 2-on-1. There's the alley-oop pass for Seth Miller. Young man's year 13 this year. Was year 13, left school. Played well for Gisborne Boys High School. It was they would have missed him at the Super 8 tournament this week. It's good value. Plays well. Green Bean. Love that alley-oop pass, don't they? Love that alley-oop pass. Young guys are athletic, they're full of energy. what you can find too with these young teams is with some experience, they become more confident, they finish on plays more, they attack the basket more. Premier grade is a good level of basketball. It's okay, all there behind the backboard. Okay, Green Bean with their enthusiasm. The Coasties willing to run back, willing to jump in defense. And some of their big guys have shot blocking ability. You watch, referee should call a foul there. Should call a foul for Coasties. All there made by our referee, Brendan Walsh. New players and new teams are the lifeblood of the game. Tonight we've seen some most promising players. Got a few more coming too in just a moment. Okay, and the shot will count. It's a lovely finish. Referee McGregor with a good call. Shot made. And one free throw. 17-2. Look at the enthusiasm there, chasing after the loose ball. Guys have waited all day, maybe all week. Chance to get out here and run. Make the most of it. Nice rebound there by Blackman. Green Bean. Okay. Miss on that first free throw attempt. At this level, to be honest, the referees have a certain role as educators as well. They don't coach teams, take it like that, but they do explain decisions and help these players learn. Now, there are some, obviously, who don't do that, but these young teams certainly can. Coasties now have got more shots up at the hoop lately, and that's a good thing. Man, this Green Beans crowd is pretty physical. Coasties putting shots up. They're not going to fall if you don't put them up. That's great to see. Yeah, and they're again learning to play D with the feet as opposed to the hands, and good defensive effort there. Good committed effort. Some things, referees make mistakes. (17-4). So a couple of field goals. Coasties. On the roll, 17-6. Green Bean got a little push there. I think referee Walsh must have missed that one, to be honest. Hasn't missed much. Coasties launching three-pointers as well. Playing fearlessly. That's again what young players and young teams do. They challenge, anything's possible. Just under a minute and a half left. So Premier basketball tonight. So Blackman there with the steal. It's fallen over. I don't know what's happening in the backcourt there. Sometimes some of the finesse of defense is not there yet with some of these players, but they'll learn three. Okay, now a minute left. Seen some good ball tonight. Seen some exciting stuff. Just under a minute. Green bean. Generally, the standard's been pretty good tonight. Probably you look back at the first game as you would expect with massive Marauders and with City Lights. Those teams with older players, they were, honestly, both of those teams were rusty first up in game one. But their knowledge and their basketball, their court sense, etc., such that came up with a pretty exciting game. Frankly, the most exciting aspect was Ethan Ngarangioni Pearson with 32 points. Number one for Coasties is a hustler, a wicked hustler. Coasties have 4 seconds left. They're going to launch one up. Well, green bean, Seth Miller. Has some good teammates, quality teammates. That's a Don Wilson from that left corner. Shoots the ball well. Big name, Don Wilson, in local basketball. Wonderful sporting family. Some interesting players. This Hanara Broadlow, tall, athletic, number 7 for the Coasties. He could do tremendous things if he stays in the game and gets the opportunity to learn a little more, because he's certainly physically he's got it. The Coasties. That was for the big guy James Walker. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Of course, we only have 3 games tonight because Gisborne boys being at the Super 8. And the other team that didn't get to play tonight, obviously, because of that, was SE Systems. Former men's champions, SE Systems. 1-1. Okay. Chase Smith at the free throw line there a moment ago. Seth. And that is a remarkable finish, to be honest. Remarkable finish. Ngārangi Kahu. Coasties have got some promising athletes. No question about that. Takarangi. And we'll promise that's Takarangi getting back on defence. And Kiwa scores. Kiwa was in action last night with the whistle at the ladies' comp. Did a good job. I'm going to pay a compliment here and say I was very impressed, because there was a time when guys didn't do their job very seriously or very well, and he took it seriously and did it really well, and that deserves to be mentioned. Big guy James. His teammate Takarangi. This is Wilson again, down the baseline, gets underneath James and gives the assist. Nice finish there from Kiwaria. Coasties turning the ball over. Got to say, this current incarnation of the GBA is working very hard at all levels and in all ways. Develop referees and players. And Kiwaria. But I love the Coasties, the way they challenge the shooter. If he gets it, they're not going to give it to him. Broadalow, over halfway, handled the ball well then. Handled the ball well. Zion Collins wears 10 for the Coasties. Zion is open, and Zion has it now. Coasties just working out how to play in the half court. Nice finish there by Takarangi. Under some pressure. Seth gets the pass to his man in the corner. Seth into the middle. Very good finish. Had two defenders coming across. Opposite sides of the court. This is a young guy who's made big strides in the last 5 years. Very enthusiastic when he began, but now has got a good skill level and completes a three-point play. Coasties and Green Bean, the last game of the night. Those guys have the honour. Blackman there, good rebound. Holds the ball, Green Bean. There was the alley-oop play there for Seth, and that alley-oop play made it a little difficult. Green Bean, 32-6 leaders. Blackman, ball is loose. They're spinning into trouble. Green Bean down the baseline, and then unfortunately missing the reverse. That was Ainsley, Waititi Leach. Down the centre and showing some aggression. There was Takarangi. That's Blackman. Plays with a lot of enthusiasm. That's Takarangi. And that's really good to see. Tries to play hard. Goes after the loose ball. 32-6. Seth Miller. Away. Okay, and missing also on the putback there, unfortunately, Ainsley. But here's Flair. Okay, the Coasties scoring down low and also showing some nerves. Daniel Lowe showing some nerves. Had much bigger guys coming towards him. Here's Blackman. Work in the middle, was being pushed around. I mean, honestly, that's probably a whistle, one would think. Okay, that's Seth Miller going to chase it, but the ball will either roll out or he'll knock it out. Oft times here, you know, the truth is big guys put up with it a little bit. They get bumped a little bit. Okay, James Walker attacks the ring. Seth running left side, has the ball to the basket. Oh, and finishes again. Saw the delay on the shot attempt by Seth and made the shot. Hard-won experience paying off there. 34-10. Drew the contact and was able to finish. So this will be worth 3 points. This is why it is a 3-point play. $37-10. Look at these youngsters for Green Bean and the Coasties players. You can tell it's their first season. They're enthusiastic, you know what I mean? Ainsley. and there again. Got it. It hit the hoop. It did hit the hoop. There, James Walker coming down the right side. I thought he might have travelled, but it's not the end of the world. Coasties, some left-hand shooters as well. Ainsley's in 3, remember. Good play there. Number 13 to the basket there, Nuku Taylor. It's again, sometimes one of the things young players have to come to terms with. You're going to be fouled on shot attempts, and you can't get upset or cross about that. That just goes with the game. 27-point game, 28-point game now, with the second free throw having been made. Nice concern there shown too for the man that went down. This John McFarlane Memorial Sports Centre. It's a good facility. Kids enjoy it. Certainly it's a working asset. Yeah, Blackman gives chase. Over there now after Takarangi. It's Takarangi. Ball goes loose. Takarangi now. It's a 3-point shot. So a 3-pointer. That's a big thing for a new team and a new player. That's good stuff. Big guy brought it low and handled the ball. Nice round the back dribble. Here's Fats Takarangi. He's down the middle. I didn't know whether that was a pass or what. The Coasties starting to find their shooting range. That was Daniel Lowe with nice form in the jump shot attempt. Blackman. That one bounced over the top. I think somewhat hideously, I think Carl Reedy in the first game tonight, I think he shot 2 over the top of the backboard. I think Reedy shot 1 over the top at that end and shot 1 at the top, over the top at this end. Good stuff. Way to get inside. Strong play there by Nuku Taylor. Strong basketball. Broadlow, open court. The Coasties are shooting the ball better. They're shooting the ball better and better with better form. More arc. 40-15, 25-point game. Cam McGregor refereeing this game with Brendan Walsh. That was Blackman, he's got it. Blackman trying to get the ball there to Taylor. Guys have promised, they can't see it, the whole complete act yet, but they have great promise. That's Paku Wilson. There's a nice finish there by Paku. He can shoot the 3-pointer. I actually think he would be one of my favorite players. Size of his heart, effort he makes, and just how well he plays, I think is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All over to have that last pass there to Blackman. Look at Paku the way he hustles in defense. There's Blackman hand out there. Got to keep going. Clock counts down, 45-15. Okay. So Green Beans take the first shot of the period. The big guy broad low, attacking the basket, and I think that's a very positive thing for Coasties. Big guy attacks the basket, runs the floor. Your big guys run the floor. Big guy James with a fadeaway jumper. Nice rebound to Taylor. Taylor down the court. Here's Seth. Seth coming left side. And from the corner, that was Paku. From the corner, 47-15. It's a 32-point game. The Coasties bring a free-spirited approach to club basketball. Remember, a number of years ago, that was our Kiwiria who scored. Been some very, very powerful teams with that name. East Coast, under Travis McElroy, East Coast was a very strong team indeed. Uawa had a tremendously powerful team. So some of these East Coast teams, they didn't have to take a backseat to anybody. Some of the biggest, strongest teams around. Kiwiria. And, well, that's actually a violation. It's got to hit the ring. The ball does not hit the ring. That's a turnover thrown in from the side. I don't know what happened there. I mean, Kiwiria is a very good player, and he shoots the ball very well. Maybe sort of facing the wrong way. 47-15, 32-point game. Nice slicing layup there. Saw that play made by Chase Smith. The points right back through Seth Miller. And he slid on the floor and really stretched. That would have hurt. Yeah. That's the big guy, Zion Collins is 10th. Broad low over to Zion. Smith being pushed a little by Paku, and he's a great hustler. Just amazing commitment to the game. Very few young players I've seen have been as committed to the game as he is. Getting it back in the corner. Here is a Chase Smith. Smith now accelerates. Did that really well, Chase Smith. Under control and a lovely finish. That's why he was able to finish. Miller, Taylor, back to Miller. Miller to the corner. Good pass there by Seth Miller. Kiwiria acknowledges the very good pass. Great assist by Seth Miller. These guys have got flair. Now 3-on-1. There's the alley-oop play. What happened there, Kiwiria? Call there the little bump on Zion Collins, nothing dangerous. That alley-oop play can be a risky play. You don't want to come down the wrong way. Blackman will inbound the ball. It's the inbounding pass. Seth, it's the back of the ring. Start running. Takarangi, young Takarangi, dispossessed of the ball. Nice steal, actually. Good hands from Don Wilson. Look at these young athletes showing their wares, and they are athletic. Smith down the middle, over the head of Blackman. And Kiwiria. James Walker from the corner. Good stuff. Good chase there with the jump hook. I love that jump hook. Reminds me of Ivan Lomax, who used to coach and play for Coast teams. Had that hippie hook. Ivan Lomax. That's a great pass there by Paku. To Seth Miller. Again, a very strong pass and a good finish. Now the referee there, Brendan Walsh, has actually taken his eyes off. Truth is, Takarangi stepped on the end line, but he didn't notice it. But again, nobody's perfect and we all make mistakes. I think that's a wonderful thing about these referees. They do make mistakes. They also get a hell of a lot right. They make some very good calls. Seth Miller to the middle, lovely pass. to Taylor there. That's a backdoor layup and a very, very good pass. There are guys out here who've had to work very, very hard to become good at this game, and they have become good players, and you're delighted to see the effort they've made pay off. That was Smith. Back to Karangi. Look at that, Smith. I love it. He attacks the basket. And he also plays the game with a smile, which is nice to see. 57-19. Got to enjoy what you're doing. Even if it's only drinking Coke and talking, you've got to enjoy what you're doing. You know, quite right, young Blackman telling guys to get into defensive position because they were nowhere near it. Smith there. That little hand snaked out there. Did its own thing. As I say, I'm going to say it again because it's worth saying. We're very lucky to have referees that we've got. Some invented play. Sometimes it's going to pay off. And sometimes it isn't. That was Allies Rangihuna. Played magnificently for Lytton High School, I think, in a final recently. Played really well, Allies. Okay. Held by Seth. Seth trying to get away from the guy guarding him, does that. Wasn't easy. Some very good ball handlers in this Coasties team. And I tell you what, they're going to get better and better. This young man here, this Mac Takarangi, you know, he might be disappointed with the turnover, whatever, but capable of so much. Don't really understand why that went off. Okay, that's a three-point shot from about 25 feet back. That's a big three. Subs take the floor. Commitment of our GBA committee has seen the sport not just maintain its numbers, but increase its numbers. Good rebound there by Blackman. Ball away to rear. Attacking the hoop. And he scores. Allies Rangihuna, who featured in that great secondary schools finals night. And they were four very good finals all over at the YMCA. And a great night was put on for the young players. All acknowledged their teams, those that won championships and those that didn't. Got a big crowd in. 62-21. Takarangi with a lovely finish. They will build. They will build on what they do in week one. This is week one. To the basket there, Kiwari. It looks simple. Well, from here it looks simple. In reality, it's very difficult. Look at the skills here. Look at that for a display by Takarangi. That's Takarangi. Committed player. No doubting the hearts of the players in these two teams. That's Walker. Strong guy, Blackman. Well, what happened there? Somebody grabbed the ball out from under him, but he's got the rebound back. That's lovely touch. Allies, Rangihuna. Allies has it again. Round the back dribble. Beautiful bounce pass. And Rhea didn't finish. Got a lovely pass from Allies. Nothing wrong with the pass. It's Charlie. That's Blackman blocks the shot effortlessly. There's the big guy, James Walker. Good on him. Big man with a big heart. Good to see a guy chase the ball. Put that effort in. Charlie to throw it in. Okay, great steal there by Blackman. Got it away out. Thought that was Allies, it wasn't. It was actually Ainsley. Okay, timeout here. Coastiieez 70-23. Coasties from the restart, that was Broadlow. These guys come close to turning it over, you've just got to restart. Okay. Broadlow will throw the ball into play. Got to try and get those hands up a little higher. Harder for the opposition to get anywhere near the inbounding pass. Blackman rebounds and gets them going. Zangarangi Kahu hasn't played a lot of, hasn't received a lot of playing minutes tonight. 73-23.